What up, though?
Hi guys.
Welcome to another episode of On the Rocks. It's your boy B.
And Shay. Sorry.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
It's been a minute, you guys, since we've been on, but nonetheless, we are here. We are still around. Um, Life is happening around us, right? And so,
For real.
I want to say a big shout out to those people who have reached out and asked, "Hey, you guys still doing the podcast? Hey, you guys still?" We're still around. As I said before, life happens, right? There's so much that's going on, and with summer, um, it's just and everybody being outside, and it's just like a collective of things that's just going on with all all parties involved. Everybody involved with this podcast has something outside of this podcast that is going on with them, right? And so, I, me personally, want to thank you guys, um, for taking the time out of your busy schedules on just to, be here and stay committed to what we've already drafted up, right? That's that to our listeners and our audience. I want to say thank you to you guys as well because you've stuck it out for us and looked out for us and um, made it known that we have people who look out for our show. So we're grateful for that. Not to mention, I want to say happy birthday to us because we missed our birthday. Um,
Yes.
Burp, burp.
and so we have made it um, four. We're on four, right? On 4 years?
4 years,
We're going
bro.
on 4 years?
Four?
19, 20, 21, 22. We're in 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So 4 years strong.
That's
That's
crazy.
wild. That's wild.
Hey,
That's
hold on. No, no.
yes, bro. 2019 cup match of 2019. Shay and I started recording at the
Yes.
Lauren first episode.
Yes.
I'll never
Okay.
forget. Ah,
Okay.
2019.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 years. That is major. Wow.
And then COVID happened
And
for
then
two
COVID
years.
happened for 2 years, and we still went strong. We still produced great content. We were still able to
Yep. That
push out
was
some good
that
things.
was the scavenger hunt era.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a vibe.
And so, like this year, I'm looking and hoping that we can obviously expand, keep going, um, and just keep bringing you guys great, good content, um, that you can carry on and take with you, um, just talk about shit. All right. Shay, what you been up to?
What have I been up to?
Right, you caught your hair.
What happened?
That's not
Oh
there.
yeah,
Shoot.
I cut my hair. Yeah, that was. Ooh, listen, the way I got cussed out.
Really?
What?
I ain't say nothing.
Listen, the
I ain't
same
gonna
way I got
offer it
cussed out the
over. I
first
just
time, is the same way I got cussed out this time. Why you did it? Listen, it was okay. The backstory is
uh-huh.
I wanted to cut my hair,
Right.
right? I have been saying it for a while. I was like, I think I'm gonna cut it again. I think I'm gonna cut it again. Didn't do it. Had my Philoxian for a bit. Was taking them out, and I did the whole back and this side, the whole back hair, and
Right.
I was doing the front. Misjudged a piece right here. Snip.
Really?
Taking the plait out, and I said, "Oh my god, I
That's
just
your
cut
hair.
my hair." Like a piece this short,
uh-uh.
chop my hair off. I said, "Fuck." I said, "Well, what I'm gonna, I'm gonna call my cousin." Call my cousin, and she's just like, "I don't think you should cut it. I think you should just put some braids in and let it grow out for 6 months."
Got time for that.
Let me show you something. I sat on my couch. I said to my boyfriend, I said, "I'm gonna cut my hair." He said, "Okay, all right, cool." I got up, I took my scissors and my combs out, and I went in the bathroom and I chopped my hair off. And I came out, and he was like, "You really cut your hair?" And I was like, "Yeah." Yeah, I did that. Like, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, that happened. Um, what else did I do? Um, oh, I went to a party the other night in Birmingham.
In Birmingham. What kind of
Yeah,
party?
for Jamaica Independence.
Oh, yo. Um, how was it? Because I went to a Jamaican Independence party on Sunday, and when I say vibe, I'm only pissed off. Let me share mine only because it rained and it rained out, and so everybody laughed, right? So Yardi party was supposed to be at Ireland Rangers on Sunday going, and we were supposed to have Jamaican Independence celebration. Big vibes, big field. Everybody called big box. Like the box was banging. Like people in the prisons must have been jamming. Like you know what I mean? So,
Mm.
but there, I see the lightning. I'm like, yeah. I'm working the ball. I'm like, how about this getting fucked up tonight? So we're not. What they're having drinks, so and so forth. And then here comes the rain. There were like two regular pop up tents, like that were just free use. Every other tent that was there, the food on it, the DJ, the bar, and then the way that because it was on the field, there was no real shelter. People just went, set off in the
Mm.
car. The box lasted for a little while, and then they was just like, nope, we're not doing it. Not ruining the box. They cut the box out. Somebody had um speakers in the car. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so they took the two free pop up tents, put the car underneath the two pop up tents, and
A
had the
blue Jeep.
pardon the Jeep.
A blue
Yeah, yeah,
Jeep.
yeah. You saw footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they had the two tents over the over these speakers in the car, and they was just blasting music. Like we was just down there until, and it was vibe. It was great vibes up until like I was like, yeah, all right, that. But how was your?
Mine.
It was a lot of people at yours. Like Ram.
Yes. Yeah. So it was at O2 Academy in
Mm-hmm.
Birmingham.
That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got VIP. We had went there with the intention of we're gonna buy two bottles
Mm-hmm.
because it was five of us. We went with the intention we're gonna buy two bottles
Mm-hmm.
so that we ain't gotta keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Got to the bar and there's like, yeah, we don't sell bottles.
What? Why? That's dumb.
So we was like not like no? It's like nah. So we was like, fuck it. Everybody that I wrote with drinks Hennessy. So it was yeah. Keep in mind we pre-gamed also before we
Yes.
left. So, you know.
I.
But actually we got there and then we was like it's still early.
Oh.
Let's go get food. We were supposed to go to this one place but couldn't find it. Ended up at this other place. Just happened to come across it. It was like a fucking hole in the wall place in the back of the ghetto.
I'm usually the best.
Like the back roads of wherever. It was and the road was like that dead silence.
Right. Oh
It
wow.
was
Creepy like.
weird, but it was the let me show you. I know I haven't eaten red meat like that,
Yeah.
but I had a burger that night. This was the honest to God, this burger was so wow. It was so wow. But anyway, we go back and we got in, we go got our drinks, and it was like it was just vibes from the beginning to the time we left.
Nice.
And it didn't end until 5 o'clock in the morning. It was from 10 till 5. And yeah, it was just vibes. It was just vibes. It was lit. I had a blast.
What's up?
Yeah. Um.
Part is in and like some in the morning. Like yeah, we haven't had that
Oh,
party.
sorry. 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.
I was saying, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm in this group chat, right? In this group chat, we were just talking about a party that we all attended, and it was sort of like the last time that we all in the group chat were all together, right? And so they was like, "Hey,
Mm.
we need to have another one of these. Like, we need to have a house party." Um, and so they were talking about they obviously they started putting pictures back in the group, like, "Hey, remember this time? This person passed out on the coach, and yada yada." Now this was a 2 day house party.
Oh Lord.
Yes, I'm sure. I think Shay, you might remember. I don't
What
know if
game
you
were you
went,
guys doing?
but you might remember it. It was a 2 day house party.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, and
Up the country?
yes,
Yeah, yeah. Woo.
yes, exactly. So
I went on the last night.
I went on the first night.
Mm-hmm.
I went on the first. Yeah, I
You
went on.
sound upset by that. Like,
I know I'm not upset about it.
It was a time was here.
This was when we was doing the podcast on the Mondays,
Yeah, yeah,
oh, and you should
and I
all
went
over
there on
it.
the Sunday night.
yeah. A time was here.
I did not, yo.
Yeah, yeah. That. So I'm in a group chat with those people, right? And so we was like, yo, he had, no nothing, nothing. And the thing about it, the person who put the party on must have made a comment to somebody else in the group. So they was like, yo, your boy wants to come back in the group. He wants to have another party, yada 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 yada. And I was like,
Mm.
mm, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. It was wild. And I say somebody lost a nipple. It was
What?
it,
Listen,
see, as a result,
Lost a
listen.
nipple?
somebody lost a nipple. Somebody, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Bruh, that just gives you the extent of the party that you had, where you went to the party, you had both nipples. This were there, but you left, and no, I mean you left with both of them. You just didn't make it home with both of them. Anyways,
Yeah, that was, yeah.
we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have that privilege of having um those types of parties. And then the thing about it is venues again. Like, let's break it down to what venues are available to do something like that on this island, where you're not gonna one. Didn't you know? Did you know that there now is a whole? I think it's like 3 or 4 day wait for your noise permit.
For the
Hmm?
noise permit.
Yeah. So now you have to get a noise permit. If you're having a party outside, you have to have a noise permit. I
Oh,
just
wow.
recently learned about this, probably just before Cop Match.
Hey, you wanna know
Just
something?
before Cop Match. We would, and then so what they do is you go you make this application, you state approximately how many people, um, what sort of noise is to be expected from what time to what time, right? And then once you have that permit filled out, the police do show up at some point. They show up to
That's pretty reasonable.
that they
How much is it?
Yeah.
um that's a good question. I don't think it's a charge. I think
No.
it's just a permit allowing you to. It might be a charge, maybe 20, $50 max. I'm gonna say $50 max, but I don't think it's a
It,
real big charge, right? But it
right.
basically states that you are allowed to have loud music and loud noise up until XYZ. And the thing about it is, if you say, "Hey, I'm gonna have a party at, um, you know,
What's
Linda's
the
parking lot," they want to know what time it's gonna shut up. Your noise permit. And see, the thing about it is, it's good in a sense that, let's be realistic. A lot of people who are throwing parties want to throw another party, right? A follow up party after that. So it ties in with your liquor license as well, right? So if anything goes wrong, one, your noise permit, if you go past your 12 o'clock time frame, the 2 o'clock time frame, you're still playing music and the police are there waiting for you to shut it down. You go back for your liquor license, they ain't gonna give it to you. They ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna cut back on it because people have been abusing certain things, right? When it comes down to overextending the noise and the areas that you're having certain parties in. I get it. People want to have parties. People want to have fun, but then let's still be mindful of the other residents in that area. All right, that's one thing. So we do have a venue problem in finding a venue
We have a
finding a venue where we can have a decent
party,
sound
bro,
system, right?
and party,
And have a decent party, right? Because black people, we ain't leaving the party quiet. Like it's not like we're leaving the party quiet. Yeah, we again, we're getting spinning wheel after the, you know, everybody's loud, cars are blazing their boxes, people's racing out parking lots. It's not quiet when you leave a party, even though the music stopped. You still got another about 30 minutes of people lingering around, shouting, carrying on. Security's trying to get people out, drunk people. You know, it's a scene. Yeah. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I sort of rate the noise permit thing, but at the same time, I'm like,
Speaking of
yeah,
noise, right? Whoever was laying their finger on the horn button
that
on
cop match.
Cutman,
The people on the radio was like, "All right, bro, we got the point." Like it was, the commentators were hilarious.
listen, I don't have a lick of clue about Cup Match. Okay, this is my fresher actually watching the game,
Yeah,
and like I had to ask my boyfriend, and he was breaking it down for me, and blah blah blah. Cool. And it was like I'm trying to listen to the
yeah.
commentators,
But the horn.
the horn, the
And the thing
horn.
about it, right? Here's my thing. Here's my thing. I said, I think it was like the day before cop. I had said I was saying, and I was like, damn, I should have ran PWs and got an air horn,
No,
right? And then I'm like, I wonder if they, like other stores, upsell the things that sell like that during this time of year, like air horns. Obviously boat and stuff is gonna sell, right? But air horns, for the most part, everybody wants one, right? And so,
mm-hmm. Also,
cup match. Hold on. Cup match wasn't last weekend, right? Who was in it? I'm only trying
yes,
to keep track for the sake of Connie
it was
games,
last weekend.
right? Okay, so Connie games not this weekend; it's next weekend. Connie games next weekend. Okay, cool. So what I'm saying is the air horns, right? Back to the air horns. I'm like, fuck, PW's must be fucked. I ain't got all the air horns. Like, everybody's getting got an air horn for fucking hot match. You know, everybody's got that little bam, bam. No, bro. When I say I went into a camp, so I went game, right? My tradition for me is to go to the first bowl every year in St. George's, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I went to game first day. I got to sit in a couple of different camps. My job had a camp which was really nice. We had lounge chairs and food and so on and so forth. It was really nice, right? Um, and so we didn't have a radio, so we were listening to other people's radio. Had to really sit and watch the games. So we couldn't hear what was going on. So my thing was, I'm gonna go game until lunchtime. Lunchtime, I'm leaving. I'm going back home. I ended up staying because of the weather. One, um, it was the weather. Yeah, the rain was coming, and I was like, all right, cool. Let me bounce around. No, I knew for a fact that I didn't want to stay all day. I knew that, but I also knew that once I got in my element, a few drinks in, we might have a social butterfly problem. Relax,
Yes.
cool. A few drinks in, remember the boat. I lose $20. $20 was all I fucking took to corner anchor because I knew I would have been overboard. I took $20. I lost my $20. Oh, I got it back, sort of, and then I was like, all right, fuck it, let's just go. Bang, lost it. All right, right now I spread it out, but then I still lost it anyway. So then I'm walking around. I get to a next camp. Now I go up one, two. There were 3 levels on one side of the field, right? So I go up on this one level. I see my auntie. My auntie is like, "Yo, come here." So I go. I sit off in her camp. Now, her camp compared to my Job's camp was a little smaller, tighter. It's a little tighter, right? Not too much
Mm.
decorations and all this extra, so on, so on. You come in, you sit down, you shut up, you watch the game, right? I like that. I don't mind that. Um, then I went to this next camp. They had full bar. You're signing your name on the bar as you come in. They got flowers and fucking drapes and shit hanging from the fucking scaffold, and you're looking like, am I in a fucking, am I in a cabana? Like, what's really going on? There's a whole cabana in this bitch. Like, cool. It's nice vibes, right? But it was packed. People had filled out chairs, had all sorts of crazy, seats and chairs and bean bags. People bought bean bags they were sitting off. I was like, fuck, it's too packed in here. One drink, left. Took a couple of pictures with some friends and left. Right? So then I go to this next camp. Now, in this next camp, it's a diehard St. George's camp. Right? On the floor, they got St. George's shit spread all on the floor. They got people who passed away. They decorated the shit out of this camp. Bar, same thing. Full bar, like a bar. Built out of pellets and everything. Bar. So you sign the bar, so forth. And so I'm standing there. I got my drink, just talking to my family or whatnot. And so in the corner of my eye, I think it was like just after, in the corner of my eye, there's a little boy, young, real young toddler-ish, right? But he can talk. Crying. And I'm observing, so I observe this little boy, and he's like, I want to do it. Okay. Out comes a DeWalt drill, yellow, heavy duty. Attached to this drill are 6 horns. The guy flicks the fucking valve drill, and sure enough, that's where your horn was coming from. It was 6 fucking horns attached to this one drill, and you just press the button, and it's just, yeah, fuck a air horn. I went straight to Amazon. I want that shit. I want that shit. Yeah. And then come
No,
to find out, I know you probably don't want to hear about this, but during Bacchanal run, the guy had the horn out same time. So I was like, yo,
that's
that's lit.
fine. That's cool. That's cool. But at the game, during play,
Yeah, during
bruh,
play, it was just like max for the people that were trying to listen and watch y'all.
all
Um,
right. Us, I was about to say, Mike, I am still waiting for your response because on what was it that Thursday I had asked if we was doing show. You said probably not because Somerset was losing a game.
so
I
anyway, right,
came back.
Bacchanal
No, no,
run, right?
stop.
I ain't
Listen,
getting lie, bro. Y'all got
no.
a twisted tea over there? Y'all
I
got a twisted
came.
tea?
Listen,
Y'all a twisted tea.
I came back
so
later
shady
on,
in
right? Because
her.
I don't know what that had to do with the price of rising fucking charger. I asked if we was doing the shit.
So
Right?
shady in
I
her.
then came back as we were continuing to win, and I said, I thought you said that Somerset was losing, and you looked at the message and did not answer. I'm still waiting for a
I was
response.
busy.
A little shady in her.
What
You know.
response you want? We lost. What's going on?
Like no, because like it was the you were saying all of that with your chest,
I say
but
it with
like
my chest every year. Do I
Listen,
do
man.
I not? Like we
Listen, man.
we say that with our chest
Yeah.
every year, knowing that we're getting loose, bro.
no, but
Like
honestly, the kicker was my brother this year, right? All the man and my mama's side apparently at my house. Everybody in that house, all the man are for St. George's. How that work out when my grandmother is for Somerset, I don't know, right?
because they choose correctly.
Anywho, My brother went into a whole thing, was like, oh, St. George's, da 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 da. He was like, bruh, he's like, I can't even talk shit. We lose every year. He's like, we got tired of this shit. Like, we lose every year. He's like, and then I'm walking around with this fucking blue ribbon on my shirt at work. And then at the end of the night, I'm gonna be getting teased
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
my team's
I
lost.
honestly, I honestly, when it came down right to the point where I sat up trying to wait for selection night, I was just like, fuck, man, why my team's always gotta do this shit? Like,
They wait till
shit
Not,
out.
no,
they wait
but
till
you guys
3 in
have
the
fun.
morning.
No,
Yeah.
you guys played well though.
Play what well, Shay?
Okay,
I feel like you guys played
you
pretty
know what?
well.
What?
You know what? I'm not even gonna. I'll accept that. Thank you. I'll accept that. Thank you. However, I do know that when it came down to my thing was let's go from the very beginning of selection, right? And this comes as a this becomes a topic every year, right? And I'm not gonna bring up friends and family. I'm not gonna say all that normal shit that everybody normally says, right? But I am gonna say that when it does come down, when it did come down to selection this year, I know it was hard, but I do think that one they took very long to deliberate that team.
They did.
That's St.
They
George's put
did.
out, right? And I'm sitting there saying, I looked at the options that they had, and I was just like, damn, if they picked this person, this person, this person, we could have, a shot, right? And then there were some people on the team who I just felt could have sat out this year,
There's a lot of
right?
people in that team.
And I really, I'm not gonna say a lot.
They
I'm
did a
gonna
bit
say,
of
I'm gonna
switching
say,
up
I'm
though.
gonna say three, four people maximum who could have sat out this year, right, for St. George's, right? And I say that because they had their run, and I feel, my opinion is that they don't offer the experience to the new people who come in and are able to sort of enhance, not even enhance, but show their talent, right? The
Mm-hmm.
people who were selected, and then those 3 or 4 people who I'm saying could have sat out, are 3 or 4 people who have one played a cup match before, two been in the spotlight for cricket, and could have easily assisted the team in preparation for cup match. And I think that's where people start to fall off when it comes to St. George's. That if you're not selected, you sort of like just fall off, like fuck the team, right?
Really?
And so, not saying that that's everybody. There are some people who, if you're not selected, you're just like, you know what, fuck that. I'm not doing that. But I think that in having the experience, all of those previous St. George's players need to go back and support the team. Like you need to go back and surround yourselves with these younger lot who are coming in, share your experience,
Team play.
and and definitely like it's the experience over the talent, right?
For real,
And
man.
so
Yeah.
Like who got a dock first the on the first day, stacking ball or something.
Mm-hmm.
it was Treddy opened with um Brian. Was it Brian?
Whoever it was, that's deplorable.
Oh, I can't recall off the top. So much has actually I really can't even, because at one point I sort of zoned out. I was deep in my fan during the game, and I was back and forth messaging family because of I'm dealing with family issues, right? But I don't know. I do think that they are making strides. They made an effort this year. They did keep the fight. Which at the end of the day, that's what people want to see. People want to see the game. People want to see a fight and a battle. Um, not
Yeah.
not all the time. For 2 days, you're gonna get back and forth. Somebody out, somebody six, somebody four.
Yeah, no,
All
you're
the
gonna get
time.
that.
It's a 2 day game.
I
You
just
have to
think
sit in and
I will say
begin.
that what's his name? Alan?
Alan
Alan
Douglas
yeah,
Jr.
played
yeah.
He did well.
yeah,
We'll
I
see.
definitely commend Dougie. I'm proud of him actually, really proud of him through all of the trouble that he has gone through with Bermuda. I learned
Mm,
um, not being selected for the national team. Yeah, and he's had his troubles, but he does and is a very good cricket player. He is a very
yes.
good cricket player. I don't think that we highlight um, that enough, right? And so that was part of the other thing is that when you look at the history of cup match, and it's almost like the all star of all. That's our all star weekend, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so yes, each team would look to put players from their league team on, which would be great. But let's be realistic. Cup match is not necessarily about that, right? They're more or less highlighting those players who have performed and showed up during the season, right? And so that's why they have selection. That's why they have trials. That's why they
Mm-hmm.
have. You know, that was unfortunate. That had one didn't really. It left people to go to Connie games. It left people to go to league games to see how this person plays. See how this person. You have to go to see because they don't have a cup match trial. They made it a little bit more difficult, but I just do think that selection a bit more strategic. I don't know what they talk about in that.
Mm,
I don't think it should have taken that long. You go in a
yeah.
room,
It.
you go in a
Yeah.
room with what's it, 7, 8 people. Um, you mean to tell me that out of 7 or 8 people, 3 people don't have these same people on out of 20 something, 20 something, 30 something people? That don't make no sense. I have a favorite. You have a favorite. They gotta match up. You know, something's gotta match up. Anyway, that's that.
Yeah. 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 But they did. I did notice they made a bit of a change this year, and I was happy to see that. And I hope they continue
Yeah,
because
I'm
like
definitely looking forward to cup match next year. I don't plan in, but I definitely look. I am looking. I don't go to cup match. Been
why
once.
not? It's so
Whack.
much fun.
I've been
It's
once,
whack.
and that debate we can post on. We can
Honestly,
debate that pool forever. Like
it's
which
the
cup, where
worst,
is the
bro.
best? And I'll be quite honest. A lot of people say some city is as the battlefield for cup match. I've been once, and I'm like,
It's trash.
I
I don't know.
I
I
was
prefer
I
it.
was a little frustrated.
The layout is better for me personally.
Right. See,
I think the
and then
layout
okay,
of it
so
is better.
let's weigh this out. Let's put this into play. When those people who are saying that they prefer to go to Somerset during cup match, is it that they prefer to go Somerset during cup match for the second day where everybody's all out on the field after the game, or are these people who go sit, find a spot, watch the game, and you're able to move about? Whereas I know for
Well,
me,
you know
to
what?
George's, I was able to move about. I got into a camp, out of a camp, into a camp, out of a camp. I was able to go up and down the steps. I didn't have to wait for somebody to come down some steps. I didn't have to. I didn't have none of that. What's it?
I'm
Crown and anchor tent. As full as it was, I was still able to move about in that field section that they had, and plus
mm,
all of the food vendors. So they do have some bottleneck areas which got full. So it's it's almost like anywhere you see somebody, you stop, you talk, hey, how you doing? Never mind the fact that you're in a fucking crossing lane and people still trying to get through. And you stopped, had a whole conversation with somebody that you know you're trying to catch up with. Um,
mm,
both fields have that, but I don't know. It's just still some joy.
yeah. Mind you that I've never actually been in someone's campsite or been
Mm,
just in a campsite at all
mm,
on Cup Match. I've always been walking around.
right.
But last year when I came and I ran up with my mom. We both ran up. It was late. It was dark when we went,
Yeah.
and the heat was still
The heat.
heating.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the sun was out, and I was just like, nope. I entered one side. I walked out through and I went across the field and walked out through the front gate and said, "Yeah, I'm out. Mm-mm.
You know what?
Fuck
And then the
this."
other thing about some that I rate it is that they have parking closer.
Yeah.
The parking options for Somerset are closer than they are for St. George.
Yeah.
And so, is there a fix for that at this time? No, I don't ever think there will be a parking and because of
It's
where the
good.
field is. They only
Mm-mm.
fit so many people down big round on it, right? And they had at my
Tonkers.
shop, um, on at Cousins, they were charging
Mm.
$5 to park there.
Okay.
How
They only had
much?
$5 for
Oh,
the day,
okay.
but you could only fit so many cars in there. But they were charging cars and bikes because you couldn't ride around to the field and all of that. You couldn't
Couldn't.
ride into that field. They closed the road at 6 o'clock. So if you
Mm.
drove in there, you had to drive in there before 6 o'clock. And yeah, right. And so, and then they had Tiger Bay, which
Tonka had his.
Tonka probably had his yard open, was charging people. There were a few boat yards that might have been open that would have been charging
But he
people.
wouldn't have been able to get
But
nobody.
at the same time, right, you would have had to come early, right?
Yeah.
But then also at the same time, you also have to consider the people that use your boat yard, right? Because next to, all right, so it's Tonka's, and then next to his is the ornamental place, right?
Yeah.
And then next to his is the boat park, the boat
So,
where they park
park
the
the
boats
boats.
in levels
Yeah,
on
yeah,
they stack the boats on top of each other, right? And
yeah,
a lot of people who do boating, um, they just park their cars there and then boat on there. Um, so I don't know how that really worked out.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I
Yeah.
am looking
Well.
forward to a competitive, the competitive side of stepping up, and getting better for St. George's anyway. And then when you look at it, right, you have to also look at the age and the aging of the Somerset team, right? The things, and I have to rate this, is that the things that they have put in place since winning is that they have carried those traditions on. Like they have carried those training sessions. Why fix what's not broke? Right? And they use that. They
Mm-hmm.
say that. Why fix what's not broken? We
yeah.
can tweak it to try to see if it's better, but there's also a tweaking to put it back the way that it would, right? And I can appreciate that about them. Comes on to selecting the team, knowing the players, and knowing what they have. I just don't think St. George has it fully. That's what it is. Stand firm behind. Um, yeah, I was up next. Where over hard on team. All right. So then, yeah. Aside from that, we have I don't know, man. This summer feels very.
I was about to say, don't say the B word.
It was enjoyable, right?
I don't want to hear about it.
It was enjoyable. From from my standpoint, I didn't. I wasn't a patron. Like I didn't participate. Um,
Mm.
I was very active in the initiation, like making sure that things ran smoothly.
The working
Yes.
side.
And on the working side of it, I noticed. All right, let me put it to you this way: from National Stadium to Fat Man's,
You know where Fat
Mm-hmm.
Man's is?
from National Stadium
Yes.
to Fat Man's, 6 fans were lost. 4 keys were lost. Dead ass. From National Stadium to Fat Man, 6 fans were lost, and 4 sets of keys were lost. From Fat Man's, from Fat Man's to St. Monica's, from Fat Man's to turning to go up the second,
Mm.
8. I had about 8 people, and not to mention, the water truck was on Palmetto by clean the barbershop there by the cupcake thing, right? The
Mm-hmm.
water truck was
Where
right
it
there, right?
normally is.
You know how many people came? I was in the back. How many people came in the back? Looking for a fan, looking for keys. I'm looking for this, looking for that. And to make it worse, the water truck was blasting. And so I was like, check the drain. I don't even know what else to tell you. It was 2 drains on both sides of the road. And I just had to go and look at the drains and see if like keys were dangling down in the drain, phones, um, and then luckily some people returned. I think by the time we got to Bernard's Park, by the time we got to Bernard's Park, at the DJ's truck had 5. They had 5 phones. They had 5 cones and
Mm-hmm.
3, 5 phones and 3 keys.
That's what.
3 sets of keys. So that was pretty decent for people to return other people's shit. But for those people who lost that shit, I didn't even do it. And not to mention it was raining, which makes it worse, right? So big shout out going out to Pitt, and don't make it worse. It makes it bad. I was like in the rain party, right?
I was about to
It
say.
was so wicked. No, shout out to Pitt and Company because they had the little Lucozade fern pouch waterproof cases.
Oh, that's what's
But
up.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. The little Lucozade waterproof cases, they only had 1 clip. Okay. So they have 1 clip. It's a little plastic little what do you call them things? The little clips anyway, right? It was a plastic.
Mm.
Listen, bruh. It ain't no way you mean to tell me water, rain, paint, powder, girls bent over with this little fern dangling from your neck with a plastic little clip. Can it stay?
I know what you're talking about. I
Ain't gonna happen.
had one. I know I used mine last year. It was just a I had ordered it off of Amazon years
But
ago,
you had 1
right?
clip or you had the 2 sides? You had
Yes,
1
I
clip in the
had
middle?
one last year at Bacchanal Run and
Okay.
it saved my
Yeah.
life.
I mean, they came in handy. They came in pretty clutch, but they
Hmm.
just, there's no way. I mean, I don't think somebody was running around snatching them off of people's necks. But I do know that a time was had for people to have lost their.
Oh yeah, no, mine broke.
Yeah, see?
Mine had broke a long time ago. And I was just like, cause not only that, it the thing the what's it called? The handle on it
Yeah.
that breaks easy as
The
well.
lanyard piece, the
Cause
neck piece, like,
the actual hook that keeps it on the string
yeah.
is, but the one that I hit was plastic as
Right.
well, and it was just like this is
Yeah.
pointless.
I get the idea, but I don't think it's designed for ass shaking and like it's not.
Mm-mm,
Yeah, it's not
mm-mm.
like.
Unless you got a fanny pack and you're putting it in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fanny
yeah, yeah,
pack
yeah,
like I did last year.
yeah. Yeah.
Cool. But other
But
than
here's
that,
my thing. Here's my other thing, right? There was some people, and the people who not only because of the phone clip thing, right? They lost their phone, but there are people who females. I'll put this out there. There were females that put it in a natural pocket. Why?
yes.
Why would you do that? Why? Why? There's water, paint, and powder. You're still gonna put. You're still gonna do it. You're gonna do it. That paint is slippery as
I
shit. The minute it slips on your titty, there goes your fin. You do wet paint.
no, but normally things don't slip out.
This, which brings me to my
I
next point.
mean, I'm
Which
I'm
brings
I'm
me
different,
to my
right?
next
Because
point.
I'm
There were females
blessed.
that were not wearing their size, which could have been the reason why. So normally you do find people with too tight. Is it just it very tight and don't fit? But apparently not because and slipping out the titty. The one female, she had the nerve to be upset that she lost her foot. Let me draw the picture of what she was wearing. She had on a fucking bikini top. It was a full bathing suit, right? But it looked like okay, so her titties were covered, yes, right?
Mhm.
And then it was a full one piece like her in the front. So you can see me?
I know, but I could got my phone up as
Okay.
well.
So there was like a full front piece here. But then on the
Uh,
sides it's all open, right?
yeah, a
Now,
monokini.
yeah. So she didn't have enough titty to hold.
Mhm.
So the fan just slipped out and went out the fucking side. Just went out the side. I was just like, oh, we're doing this? But, all right. Suppose like she wasn't completely flat chested, right? But she didn't have
Mm.
enough titty to fill out the fucking bathing suit to hold the fucking fan in there. But
Mhm.
yeah, that was the case with a lot of people. Um, what else? What else? Oh. But we get down Bernard's Park, right? And normally we go onto the field, right?
Yes.
No, we stayed on the road.
What you?
Everything
Huh?
else was on the field. The food, the bar truck stayed where it was on the road. The water truck was on the road. So the
Mhm.
once we got to Bernard's Park, they backed up the sound truck, and everything was
Mhm.
there on the road. So water, hosing, all of that was done right there, right? Because Bernard's Park gets flooded. It
Yes.
had already been raining.
Mhm.
So, it ain't no getting no trucks on there. That's it. They ain't getting back
Mhm.
off. Yeah, they ain't getting back
They
off.
ain't
So
getting
keep
off to
them on the
it.
road. Fucking just hosed on, add more water to shit. Can I tell you, I saw people, let me see. One person made a little mud angel in the fucking thing. Um, there's a next girl. I don't know if she's posted it yet, but I am dying to see the actual footage of her. Um, you would have thought she was like supermodel, dangerous bad type chick. Like when I say she had her, it wasn't even a camera crew. It was one guy with a reflective glass holding the phone up, and there's a puddle on the left side of Bernard's Park, like by the dump side, right? So when it gets raining,
Mm.
there's a big puddle. This chick decides she's gonna fucking walk through the puddle and like she done this little Beyonce little fucking sachet. She done a little sachet coming down the fucking down the water thing, kicking the water, splashing it towards the guy in the phone. Like I want to see the footage just to see what it would look like. Like people really took advantage photo opportunities of those moments. Um, I saw somebody fall flat in a puddle. Like they didn't intentionally mean to fall. They were trying to wade through the water in the park and get back to
Mm.
the road, and they tripped. They came out all muddy. It was like it was opposite. It was opposite. A time is
Oh
here.
no.
A time is here. Um,
There more people walking up.
during that carnival. Um,
The
even.
picture I saw, I didn't think it looked
I
like
don't.
that.
I don't think it was. I think it was. I think it was. Uh, I think it was a balance. I think it was a balance. And I think this walking all run is like the one thing that party people really have down. Like they have the organizational portion, parts of it done. I'm gonna say parts of it, right? They have parts of it done. Whereas they had the two sound trucks, right? Which was fucking wicked. Like the best thing you could ever do is have a truck. Now, mind you, it was backwards. So the truck that the DJs was on, was actually in the back.
Mm.
And so when you looked at the pictures, there's a truck in the front, and then there's the alcohol truck in the middle, and the truck in the back was actually the truck that had the entertainment on it. And a lot of people didn't even know that, right? So they were dancing all around this front truck that had nobody on it but speakers, and they were going ham on this front truck. The front truck was supposed to be the back truck, and the back truck was supposed to be the front truck. But that's the way they lined up. That's the way they went, and we had a time. We had a time. Yeah. The other time. Yeah, that was that. All right. If you have not pulled yourself a drink by now, you are a little late. Shay, I saw you had a little glass. What you was drinking?
Hennessy.
Hey. I had a barbecue second day of cut match and all my Hennessy got drank, and I ain't read up since. And and so I went to I had partial of my bag packed to come show, right? And I was like, yeah, I'll stop and get Hennessy. And I was like, all
Mm.
right, let me just take this just in case. So I bought a small little bit of black, and got black, and then at the hospital, I was like, Rupert. I don't know what is going on with me, but Rupert has been my go-to this summer. Not even Rupert soda. Like I make Rupert drink, and when I say it lasts maybe 8 hours in my house, maybe 8 hours in my house. It's just gone. I've been on this Rupert phase, so I'm drinking black and Rupert. You know, it's not the
Mm.
best taste, but all right. I um I have seen come across my timeline a lot lately is people pairing soda with wine, um, and preferably red wine at that. Um,
I'm heard of that.
yeah,
I
and
with ginger beer.
it's coming across my timeline a lot more, right? And then I think it was just yesterday where this girl was like, she quoted a ah, shit, red mojo,
Mm.
red, not a mojito. It was like a mojo something she called it. Anyway, I'll have to go back and check the name. But I was like, oh, that's pretty crafty. But I've been doing this all this time. Like I've been doing this all this time. For those of you who know,
It's the babies.
yeah, yeah, it is. And I almost did feel ill about it. And like, I've been getting a lot of jokes about my age lately. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you. Um, I go 40. Go 40. So I'm just like, no, I I I don't feel old, but it's when people talk about it that I
Mm-hmm.
feel old. Like that when other younger people talk about my age, I feel old. But like conversing with them or just being me, I don't feel necessarily old. But it's not until somebody else brings it up, I'm like, damn. Like, all right, shit, you ain't gotta make me feel that way. Like, eh, you ain't gotta make me feel fucking.
Mm.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't see nothing on my come across my feet besides food
Oh,
these days. Oh, I made this wow sandwich the other day.
yeah, I saw. Saw.
Wow. It was so wow. It was wow. And then, cause it had bruschetta mix on it.
Yeah.
And then that night I cooked dinner. I just did pasta with bruschetta on the
Mm-hmm.
side. It was wow. It was so wow. Proud of myself.
That's
And I
cool.
made chili for the first time as well the other day.
Nice.
That was pretty good as well.
I've put my barbecue on for the first time this summer. No, this is the second time I barbecued. That was the second day of cut match. I barbecued. Um, that was pretty decent. I have honestly been flat out, maxed out, busy over the past couple of weeks. I haven't had time to
Um,
like I want.
yeah. Being you said chicken just now reminded me. Remember I was telling you guys about the fried jack chicken?
Fried jack chicken. Yes.
I am going to a chicken festival
Oh shit.
next month and they are going to be there. And I'm going to get to try it.
All right. We're
And I will
looking for the
let you
review.
guys know.
Yes.
There
Definitely
you
looking out for the review.
go. Okay.
Um, um, just as a quick reminder, Reggae Weekend is coming up and is confirmed. So for you guys who are looking for something to do, prep yourself. Labor Day weekend has turned into Reggae Weekend. We have two cooler fets. Um, we have lavish all white party, Jamaican Association's all white cruise. There is also performance at Snorkel that weekend. Um, But it's big. It's big, big, big to the point to whereas even on the Monday, the actual holiday, I think we'll be back up at Ireland Rangers. So look out for promos and stuff for reggae weekend. So for all my reggae lovers out there, yeah, don't worry, your stuff is coming up soon, right? Also the 20. Wait, there's the 26th. Um, I think it's the 26th. Yep, Saturday, August 26th. There's a red, gold, and green. There's an all white cruise on the 26th of August. And if you don't wear all white, you can wear red, gold, and green. All right, that's a reggae party on the water. That's just a smooth sailing. I think it's called easy sailing, something like that. August 26th. So look out for that. And also for you motherfuckers who have been having boots and not inviting a nigga, like they're fucked up. Like guys are fucked up. Like I see all these statuses, people all raft all up, all fucking having the time of their life. Nobody would need,
And
hey,
you know
yeah, be
what?
so.
I ain't seeing nobody rafted up. All my friends have been traveling this year.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
have seen so many people go Mexico,
Mm, that's what's up.
like, and lit.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mexico
Lit.
is lit.
Mexico is lit, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Mexico
on my
is the
bucket
spot.
list now.
Mexico is the spot.
I saw this
Ain't gonna
one
lie.
party. Is an event called what's it called? Swim Dick. Swim Dick. I think it's called Swim Dick. It's
Right?
like party for big people. Lit. Okay,
Good.
lit,
Yeah,
lit.
outside's
They got the
completely lit.
workers because I think it's at a hotel,
Right.
like at a resort, and the workers are just walking around pouring drinks down your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say, yeah, I need that's bucket list.
All right.
That's
Dope.
that leads
Yeah, I
for
think
being
I
confused,
think
bro.
I truly think that we need to revamp. Not even a revamp, right? We just need to sort of like relax some of the rules that we have on allowing things to happen.
Mhm.
Let's you know what? Let's start with fireworks. Let's start with fireworks. Let,
Stop it.
let's start with fire. No,
Yeah.
legit. Let's start with fireworks, right? Something simple and easy that everybody can enjoy, right? Let's start there. Bring us some fireworks on a regular basis. On a regular, we used to have fireworks on a regular basis. No,
Regular.
yeah, my kids saw fireworks for the first time. No, my kids, luckily for them, they saw fireworks before they stopped having fireworks,
Mm.
right? But they don't even remember. But I used to remember seeing fireworks on a regular basis. Let's
Yo,
bring that shit
Yup.
back.
Hamilton
Hamilton
fireworks
Princess,
every weekend.
Tuckers, Tuckers, they used to have them.
Elbow
Elbow
Beach
Beach, oh
on
yeah,
a
on a regular basis. Elbow Beach
bro.
would
Yeah,
have,
well, I heard them fuckers all the time. No, it's a fireworks shop up the hill from
yeah,
my
see,
house.
like
I
I
heard
really
them
think
all the
let's start
time.
from there. Let's bring that back, and then give me some place like make that
Mm.
a party spot.
Uh,
Make
Mm.
that a party spot. And I'm not talking about your party spot on the beach. I'm talking about put a fucking barge out there in the middle of that little bay, right there, on the same side, on the left side, where they have the beach already set up. Mind you, you could do it on the other side, but then you gotta consider the reefs, right? We're at as a perfect location.
just not
Uh,
even. It's just not
Because
okay. It's not. It's not. I'm
Bermuda
gonna
is
be quite honest. You
beautiful.
know what I want to see? I want to see somebody put a stage on top of that little island out Tobacco Bay.
Yes. Yes.
Not, not, not,
Because
not. Even if you put the stage in the water up against that fucker, put a stage on that islander at Tobacco Bay, bruh. Cool, cool. Flag Invasion. I am happy that it's going back to Fort St. Catherine. I'm happy that they opened back up to allowing Flag Invasion to happen on there because that's always a vibe, right? But we need
mm,
more of those on a consistent basis.
get a venue space, bro.
No doubt. No
Like
doubt.
tickets
yeah.
cost too
Yeah.
much. Oh damn. Yeah. fucked on there.
Bruh.
Set up these.
Morgan's Point, like Morgan's Point, is it's very commercialized now, but just I don't know. I think it's not commercialized. That may not be the word, but more or less.
Wait, where's Morgan's Point again?
Deep Bay. It's it's by Great Bay. Yeah, sorry. It's by DNC Grill in Southampton.
Point out the little base.
The
Up in
old
Somerset.
naval base up in Thompson.
Where they where they park the boats?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
The back there, you gotta go like through a gate.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
All right,
Where they
yeah,
had
yeah,
the
yeah.
first carnival wrapped
Yeah,
up.
where they had the first carnival.
Did I go? I don't think I went.
Yes, you
I was up in Southampton there, just past Port Royal.
do.
Yeah.
Vita.
Did you raft up? You was on the Uber Vita?
Oh, oh,
Oh.
oh. Okay, okay.
That's where the jester.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where you met the jester.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We're a small island. We are making things happen. So I am grateful for that. I don't want to be the complaining person, right? But there are certain elements of things that we sort of do need to open our eyes to culturally, and sort of be like, hey, this makes sense. Like, let's allow this to happen. Let's give these people the freedom
There's so much
to
that
do this.
could be
Yeah,
done.
Uh, I'm the A from
yeah, yeah.
Cafe Del Mar,
Yeah.
Marlin. Nothing.
I can't remember who I was talking to about it, and I was like, I said something about a hookah lounge, and I was like, it wouldn't really sound.
Didn't somebody open one?
n- It wasn't. It wasn't. If they did, and I want to say there was somebody who attempted, but I don't think it was executed to the point that they sold it as a hookah lounge. Right? I'm not 100. Don't quote me on
Okay.
it. What's that other place
Uh,
that's open? GameStop. 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 I'm looking forward to sort of seeing what they're gonna offer. Um, GameStop. It's on Indiana. It's gonna be
Oh, Ryan's open.
I've seen the layout of it, which I mean, to me that might it's not really gonna do. What's gonna draw the crowd is obviously your prices. Um, your your location might do you some good. Um, it might do you some good, but then you also have to take into consideration this time of year
And
and who you're catering to. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
think about the
yeah,
strip. That's all.
yeah.
That's all I
So
can
it's at the old splash. Is it splash? Yeah,
say.
the old splash.
Um,
Yeah, the club. Yeah, but that's the newest
but
thing that we
yeah,
have in nightlife right now. That I'm looking forward to
you're looking
getting.
forward to.
I'm looking forward to just seeing how it's gonna go. Um,
This is what I can say is I'm tired of I'm tired of having bars.
yeah,
I want a dark room, no, no
mhm.
lights, and just a wicked deep.
yeah,
It's
true.
wicked fucking
No, true,
music,
true,
bro.
true. We do need that. We do. I think we do need like. I'm just thinking about it now, and I'm just like, my days in dark hills, in music, just always wound up with me drunk, like
Bro, that's what I'm saying. You know that AO, like it's just a
drunk, like a
vibe.
great vibe. Like no matter
Vibe,
what
bro.
what the party was, I'm laughed. I'm had a good time. Yeah, like we do need
You
one of them.
need that. Like I'm tired of getting out and
Yeah,
just seeing people do this.
yeah, yeah. There are a bunch of people who I mean, it's just become a habit where people stand around. No, right? and that's why I really appreciate Sundays. Um,
Nobody standing on.
no people are standing around, but it's more or less like you can tell that it's a vibe if you're in there, right? The people who are standing around are more or less older, right? So the last yachty party done, the last one that I went to down here at Rubber Tree. What?
That was
Stand,
Yardi.
stand up?
That was a Yardi
That
party.
was yachty. I was what,
That was
bro,
Ram,
bro. Ram people parked in church.
bro. That's I
People
saw
park
that.
because you couldn't park at Rubber Tree. People park in church. People parked all along Khyber Pass Hill, in the little diagnostic center. When I was pulling up, I was coming from east. Um, when I got to work, there were cars along the side. Like I'm like, is a fucking cricket game going on? What the fuck? Like people parked all over PHC, all over the gas station. The Warwick Bill was rammed, like it was rammed,
Yes, Ram.
and nobody stood still. Like no, they had two dance competitions. They gave away money. It was just so much happening, and it was just a whole vibe, and I was amazing. Police were on the outskirts, looking in, just watching. And it ended on 12 at the on the dot, and that was a whole vibe. Sundays, I think people are really, starting to get in back outside. Let's get it
I
done.
think that's what I like about out here. Like when I do go and party, 'cause I don't go to party so often as I do back home. But when I do go party out here, everybody dances.
Yeah,
Everybody.
yeah,
Everybody. And it's like, this is what it's supposed to
yeah.
be
I
like.
didn't get dressed. I didn't fucking spend an
I'm
hour
not
and a half
like
getting ready.
me. I no, when I go out, I dance. Like I dance. I'm
Yeah.
like some big butt dancer when I go. Like when I went to the party the other night, this girl took a video of me. She's like, "Can I take a video? I'm loving the vibe," and I'm just like, "This is what it's supposed to be
Yes,
like."
just a vibe. Like nobody even watching you. Like
That's what
I could
I'm
be getting the
talking
fucking
about.
dance steps wrong, but I'm fucking do it. Do it. You
Yeah.
know, I'm just I'm
And
enjoying myself. Like
and that's what I'm talking
yes,
about, bruh. A dark room so nobody can see anybody acting the
yeah,
fool,
yeah, and
bruh.
then that also makes a difference, right? If it's a dark room, you feel more open to like free up yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, they're not watching me. Nobody.
In Bermuda,
Yeah,
in Bermuda.
yeah,
If anywhere
yeah.
else in the world,
Oh yeah, you just go out and
you
it's a
just go
straight
out
party,
like it's
straight vibes,
party, it's
right?
vibes, right? Any other club. But on that note,
Yeah.
I
All
love
right,
you
you guys.
guys.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have not poured yourself a drink, oh, you are definitely late. I honestly very much for me. This episode will be up on YouTube, and I'm looking for another great year of great content, and uh, let's just get it. Thank you guys again. Um, Nothing's happening for me. How that good? Anybody you want to shout out?
um, no, I don't have anybody this week. I don't have nobody this week, but congratulations to my team again.
Whatever,
All
bro.
right.
What's on the ball, bro?
Love you guys too.
Talk to you later, Shea.
Anybody?
Shout out to my son who's killing it in sailing. That's it.
Hey, that's nice.
Ooh, thank you.
You, bro.
What's up? Yeah, I just have a an out to everybody, just everybody. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for the love. Big shout out going out to my family, my actual blood family.
Yes.
Um, I love you guys. We will get through this. It's been an emotional day. But nonetheless, I love my family. Love yours. Call somebody who you haven't spoken to in your family in a time. Make up for it. Just call, say hi. Just shoot them a message. Family is definitely very, very important. Guys, stay close. Some cases, that's all you.
Mhm.
Until next week, but be safe. Later.
See you later.